Perfect. 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 Perfect.
Yeah, I need to put a hat on myself. Give me 15 seconds.
Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there some sauce in the house? Is there some fresh ingredients in the building? Yeah, let me know. Are there fresh ingredients in the chat right now? I'm finna get in here and see. I don't know. We're gonna see. I see y'all calling for Crow already. God dang, y'all can't even let niggas get on the stream good. You know, god dang. Okay. Hold on, baby.
Don't worry about that. We already got the recipe cooking.
Yeah, I already know. If one thing we ain't afraid of in this camp is owning the Crow, baby. You go put that there right there where you go. Let me get my ass over here. Wow. So y'all ain't never seen a nigga pop up on y'all like that. You're scared, huh? Yeah, But what's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to Saw Sports. Oh, yeah. Oh. Motherfucker, hold on a second. I gotta figure out why this camera's doing that. But yeah, anyway, welcome to Saw Sports. If you're not familiar with Saw Sports is the Houston Texans Homer Network, not Houston Texans, but Houston Texas. You know, without the extra in. We're talking all sports, but only Houston. You know what I'm saying? And all right, there we go. Oh shit! Put my light on. All right, we're back. Okay. I almost rolled on my fucking phone. Anyway, let's say we're talking all sports only Houston. If you're not familiar with that, then you better get hip and get some drip. So anyway, again, shout out to all the fresh ingredients. Y'all already know what it is. We've been fucking with the sauce long enough. You already know how this goes. We're going to do a little thing around here that we like to call the Sauce Nation Roll Call. That means shout out your side with pride. If you are from the greater Houston area, north side, south side, you know, east, west, we know the real gangsters out in Katy, you know what I'm saying? But wherever you represent, whatever you represent. I can't even keep a fucking straight face on that shit. But whatever you represent, however you get down, man, you know what I'm saying? Shout out your side with pride, whatever you rep in the city. Street, block, avenue, hood, cul-de-sac, boulevard, circle, you know what I'm saying? Whatever your set, whatever your ward may be, you might not represent, maybe your military ranking. And if you ain't from Houston, you can get a little bit of love, but tighten up. We ain't letting nobody else in, so y'all gonna have to get a pass, take a number, And once we kick some of these extra people from California out, we'll start letting some more people, move to Houston. But until then, we got Texans talk today. And we got a gentleman from the Round definitely getting down with us this evening. Who we got in the mix tonight, man?
You got your boy Waz. I want to say shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. We got a lot of venting to do. It's Venting Monday today. It's a lot of sorrow. A lot of sorrows.
Man, definitely. And I know y'all see him on the screen. I know what y'all waiting for. You're like, oh, y'all made some score predictions. Y'all said some mark my motherfucking words, and y'all this and didn't have. Okay. Players fuck up. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna address that. You know what I'm saying? Don't y'all worry about the wrong things right now. Okay, don't worry about the right shit. All right, there. Put that there. All right, let's see what we got in the mix joining us this evening, and then let's get into some good conversation, man. We got a lot to talk about, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Oh, okay, I was about to say, did the shit going? All right, my shit was tripping on that. All right, cool. Man, we 26. I mean, we 38 deep, 26 likes. I don't know if I like them odds, man. We're gonna come back and look at the numbers in a second to see if it change up. Shout out to J Mac, Charles Montgomery, Dylan Terrell, Wink holding down the chat. Shout out to Wink, Jared Key, Chill Out, Purple Drink, Herb Gotti already. He said got some people got humble. He said I was optimistic over the stream for a reason. I understand. Big B, press ride. What's the motherfucking deal? Josh Cooper. Roman. What's the motherfucker? This your boy Roman. Let me see. Here I got a light skin shot. That's the evil of the city lurking over me. It's too much light skin that's going on. I am absolutely not bleaching my skin. That's I don't use no cake soap over here. 335. Peace. Shout out to the slum. Shout out to the South Side already. Man, it's a lot. There's a lot of shenanigans and tomfoolery going on. But we're gonna talk about all of it, right? So let's talk about the thing that everybody's been talking about the most, and it's kind of the most irrelevant. I mean, it's cool, but it's irrelevant, right? And that's the damn passing record. Okay, and it's cool. I mean, it's a marker, right? It's a good marker. But as y'all see, that shit don't translate to wins, right? It does not translate, and I'm not faulting CJ for this, right? Because we saw what he did at the end of the game. It was a defense job to get one stop. Weren't able to do that. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, well, they were tired and they were did." Look, that drive was long enough for him to catch. But give us one. That's all we need. Sometimes you gotta dig deep and give us one. It is what it is. But let's talk about that passing record, man. What is he at? Like one? But he can't hit 30 or 25 passes. I forgot how many passes he had yesterday. Something like 25, something like that. Or no, he needed 25 to get it. I think he ended up having 35. He might have had 10 more. Something like anyway. But he's around, I think, like 180 something now or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. But again, has the record. Woohoo! That's great. But what does it really mean? Right? Because I don't think that shit means anything right now. And it's not a fault of CJ. But your opinion, wise, CJ set the record, but the Texans don't get the win. Does that record now hold weight with you, or what does that say to you?
I mean, the stats is good and this and that. The passing yards, the touchdowns, the no interceptions. It don't matter if you don't win the game, bro. And I know a lot of people called the defense out after that game yesterday, but honestly, the offense had 5 opportunities to put the ball in the end zone and didn't put the ball in the end zone until the last minute of the game. So yeah, the pass. I mean, it's nice. I mean, it's good for the record books. But look who he beat out on the record today, Dak Prescott. We seen the type of performance he had yesterday. So it's a record. It's good that he broke it. It shows his steady improvement. It's good when he's limiting his turnovers on the offensive side of the ball. That puts the team in a position to win games. So it's nice. But at the end of the day, we got to get these dubs. And you should have seen CJ Stroud reaction after the game. He was taking pictures with Quavo. The nigga looked pissed.
Yeah.
He was like, bruh, he didn't have a smile on his face.
Yeah.
You know, Booty Bandits Deshaun, after the game, he'd be smiling, dabbing him up. Woo, 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 woo,
monkey shine
woo, woo.
and shit.
Yeah. CJ looked like he was highly irritated, bruh. And so I think that's more important to me is like, okay, that's the first opportunity where he let the team down. and let the team down for a touchdown, put us in an opportunity to win the game. The defense failed him. Now he knows how that feels. So it's a learning opportunity for him. And he's only going to improve off of that. Like I said, like D'Amico been saying this whole time, he's a guy that's a learner. He's a guy that buys in. He's a guy that's a hard worker. So at the end of the day, if little things like that and losses like that is affecting him this early in his career, I can only imagine the heights of his ultimate ceiling is going to be as a Houston Texan, as an NFL quarterback, and a person beyond the football field.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because that is a distinct difference between CJ, light skinned CJ, and Booty Bandit, right? Shit could go wrong. It go all downhill. Booty Bandit could just throw the go ahead touchdown pass, defense lose the game. Next thing you know, he's celebrating 2 minutes. Like it didn't rest. And I'm not faulting him for it, because he came out and gave us all it is what it is. I'm faulting for his off the field activities more than anything. But he didn't seem to have that element. And I saw that picture with most of the time you see a celebrity, especially these young dudes, and they get to take pictures with celebrities and do all the, like, they cheesing and they doing all the Instagram looking ass shit. But that nigga wasn't giving a fuck about that picture. Like, he looked like he genuinely didn't want to be there. Like, he was just, I'm just here so I don't get fined type shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's how his face looked. So, I was thinking about it. CJ, light-skinned CJ might not really be a light skin. He ain't, like you mentioned the other day, it's different types of light skin. Because there's the Drake light skin, and we know what Drake did when he would be next to celebrities. CJ a light skinned nigga that wear black Air Force Ones when ain't nobody looking. So you got to be careful. That's the type of shit that he be on. So you got to watch out. CJ got a little something else in him. CJ got a little killer in him. You know what I'm saying? He's a man of God, but don't act like they wouldn't slaying people in the Bible too. He got some killer in him. You know what I mean? So I can rock with that. And I think that shows that next level character, to be that young and to be that mature. You know what I'm saying? And that it holds weight. It means something. These losses actually mean something. The wins are like that. That's what you want to see from your quarterback. Because I think it's a lot of times we'll watch these players, especially this younger crowd, and it's like, it's a job, right? It is. And it's their job. We're watching these men go to work and do their job. But it's like they don't care about the outcome, it seems like sometimes. And cool, when you get the $1 million paycheck or, whatever, it's hard to be angry that long. But you almost feel like sometimes the fans care more than the players do, right? But you see a guy like CJ responding like that, it means, like, it resonates with you, because he's not out here just, I'm gonna pad my stats and I want to look good, and then, whatever happens. At least I made the highlight on ESPN, or at least they talk about me. He's not on that type of, this is a team thing. So I definitely
And
good.
no, and on the Pat McAfee show, they asked him about the record before the game. They asked him that on Thursday, I believe he did the Pat McAfee show. And they was like, how you feel about breaking all of these records and being on the pace that you are on and stuff? He's like, I don't care about the records, bro. I care about winning games at the end of the day. So that right there, I'm fine. I mean, the offense, like I said, we're gonna get into that a little bit more later in the stream, but to see his mentality was very impressive. I'm like, bro, forget those records, forget all of that. We lost the game. I'm taking the L. I'm highly pissed. I'm highly upset, and we're gonna go back and revenge ourselves and redeem ourselves next week.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's showing properly for y'all. Okay. So again, I got to part of make sure, and I agree. Like that's when you see that he's focused on the shit that actually does matter. He's taking all this attention he's getting in stride and not letting it get to his head. You know what I mean? And I saw somebody say something, though, and I want to know your opinion. I'm gonna ask your opinion before I influence it. Do you think that obtaining that record really held any impact on the way he played the game?
Nah, hell no. I see people talking about that all day today. I don't think it had an impact on the game. Like I said, they coming out there, they preparing to win the game. Um they not worried about not throwing an interception. You can't put a game plan not to throw an interception, bro. At the end of the day, things happen. It's been plenty of times 2 games ago where the team dropped the interception against the Colts. They dropped the interception last week. So you can't control. I mean, you can't put up a game plan just to stop CJ from throwing a pick. I mean, if they was running like a lot of screens, if they was running the ball heavy, if they was doing a lot of I don't know, like short slant routes, not taking any risk. Maybe, I mean, and I still don't think that's the case, but I think people are overthinking it at the end of the day. It's not about records. And if you got a coach in the NFL that's coaching to get you records, that coach should be fired. I
Idiot.
don't care who it is. The head coach, the assistant coaches, the general manager, everybody in the building needs to be fired. If you're going out there trying to get a record just for a rookie record, that Dak Prescott held the record.
Yeah.
Like that's not saying anything at the end of the day. But like I said, what CJ Stroud has done is very phenomenal. We've never seen this before in franchise history for the Houston Texans. We haven't seen it before in the NFL. And so we haven't seen it from an Ohio State quarterback. That should be the biggest story. For all the Ohio State quarterbacks that haven't had success, he's the one. And he's going to change that narrative for Ohio State going forward. That to me is more impressive than this little touchdown. I mean, this no interception record on pass attempts. He has to throw that interception. Once he throws that interception, I mean, like I said, he's a guy that like watches a lot of film. He looks at his mistakes. He gonna make sure he don't make that same mistake again. But this team has to take deep shots, man. And I know I was asking all week. I'm like, yo, we gotta take deep shots. We gotta take 40-yard thing. We gotta take 40-yard passes, 50-yard passes down the field. And a part of that is I think Bobby Sloyd is not instilling that full trust into CJ yet because he's still a young quarterback. But we seeing what this dude is doing right now. He third in the league in passing. He tied for 11th in the league in passing TDs. Or no, he top 10 in passing TDs. I think he tied for 9th. Unleash this kid. Let this kid throw it downfield. And a part of it could be on the receivers too. They're not creating separation. And the big thing for that game yesterday was when Tank Dell went down, bruh. Tank Dell, I said my motherfucking words, Tank Dell was gonna have a big game. And he was eating. And then he got that big catch and he went out with a concussion, bruh. And the whole game plan went to shit. So right now, Tank Dell is the best player on this offensive side of the ball besides CJ Stroud and Larry Tunsil, and you can already see it early in this season. So, I mean, they're not playing no stats. Don't ever think that a team is playing for records at all. Now, if it was a record to go 82-0, if it was a record to go 73-9 like the Warriors did, where they needed to win a game, that's a record your team gonna go after. But a record just to get stats, nah, dog. You don't play for stats.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's a weird mentality. Again, like I think what people do, and it's a lot of people ain't never been effective or been a part of a competitive team in their life. And I think what they do is they put their mentality into things. Like, man, if I never threw an interception in the NFL, I'd try to be as cautious as I could be, and not to throw. Like they put their tentative, weird ass mentalities on shit, and then they respond, as the way they would. So that's why some people are in the position they are in. That's why I like seeing CJ in the position he in. But I'm also glad that you brought up the Dak thing, especially after recent events, right? Dak was the previous holder of that record. So when you think about it, it can go either way, right? And I know there's going to be some Cowboy fans, puro pinche Dak, he's the best ever, he's better than fucking Tony Romo's, puro por vida, Cowboys for life. I gotta fuck with Matt Sage. Y'all know I fuck with y'all, because y'all be the hardest promoting goddamn Cowboys fan. But I ain't gonna lie, the Mexican Texans, y'all be some hard representing motherfuckers too. Y'all can barbecue like a motherfucker too. So, I fuck with my amigos the long way. But yeah, the Cowboy fans, they'll depending on who you ask, they might tell you this, that, and the third. But it's Dak Prescott. Like, that's your comparison in that stat, right? Now, if he does something where he just goes, another 50 to 100 passes above and then you start looking like, man, now we might have to say that might mean something. But again, I think, though, a lot of people are overhyped. It's cool. It's cool to have your name on that stat. It's cool. You only get one shot at being able to do something like that. Cool. He's done it. Now, let's move on. But I also do think that I know they're not planning to, try to avoid him throwing the interceptions. You're not going to base your game plan around that. But I also feel like when he does throw that once, I don't know. I feel like somewhere in the back of that mind, like it's not a big thing. It's not like a thing he's focusing on. But somewhere in the back, it's the welcome to the NFL moment, right? And I don't feel like he's really had that moment. So everybody goes through it. Everybody gets it. It's going to happen. But I'm wondering what it looks like when it does happen, right? Does he go even harder now. You know what I'm saying? Now he's like, okay, I see that one, like you mentioned. Okay, that won't happen again. I bet that. And he, and now you see another level where he's got that. Sometimes when you make that mistake, you got to get that little shit out the way, and then I wasn't as bad as I thought. Okay, let's rock. What do you think happens after that? After he does throw that first interception, do you see an improvement? Do you just say, okay, it really wasn't that bad? You think you get the same thing, or do you think it don't make a difference at all?
He gonna dust his shoulders off and move on to the next play. That's what great quarterbacks do. They don't let throwing one interception affect their game. You can go out there and throw two interceptions. I seen even Sunshine himself, Trevor Lawrence. Even Trevor Lawrence, he's not a great quarterback. He's a mid quarterback in my exception. But we seen what he did against that Los Angeles Chargers team, throwing those interceptions in that playoff game. He still was able to lead his team back. We seen it from Tom Brady. We seen it from Patrick Mahomes. We seen it from Mannings. All great quarterbacks throw interceptions. So it's just about how he responds, how he reacts. Does he let it affect him mentally? Or he's able to go out the next drive and lead us straight down the field and get a touchdown. So at the end of the day, I think this guy has the mentality to not let little things like an interception affect him or a fumble affect him at all. And he's going to bounce back, lead this team down on a drive, get the ball in the end zone, or set us up for a scoring drive and put in a field goal on the board. So we kind of seen that yesterday. Even though things was going down, the offense wasn't moving the ball at all, he still was able to put us in a situation where we had a chance to win the game. And that's another thing I want to harp on is when it comes to this offense, Bobby Slowick, I need you to start paying attention to the film. I know you pay attention to the film, but you got to pay attention to the film a little bit more because we as the fans, we watch the games. And when this offense is a little bit, when we run in tempo on this offense, we moving the ball down the field. We moving the ball down the field real easy, no huddle. The offense looks phenomenal. But when we start going into huddle, when we start putting CJ under center a lot, then the offense looks a little bit stagnant. CJ Stroud is best when he's in shotgun, five receiver out, four receiver out, dissecting the defense, throwing the ball, dinking and diving. So at the end of the day, bro, I think this guy has what it takes to not let little things like that affect him, and he can just elevate this team, redeem himself, and score a touchdown. If not, like I said, put points on the board by getting a field goal.
Shout out to Josh Cooper, man. Made a real good point. And I know it's a little early kind of start talking about it, but we have noticed the conversation around the league because other people, our players are taking notice of what CJ is doing. We talked about for years how poorly the Texas organization promoted its culture, promoted its players, guys that were stars here locally, but nobody nationally knew who they were, but they were extremely talented, better than a lot of guys that were getting a lot of promotion. But you see what's going on with CJ here. Do you think that, along with the culture shift and everything we've mentioned, do you feel like maybe Houston may become an attractive destination for free agents in the future?
Most definitely, a guy like CJ Stroud that's beloved over the league. You should see all the players giving him love on social media already. Like, yo, I'm proud of young CJ. I like what he got the trend with the dance now from the West Coast. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
I'm seeing that dance everywhere, all over Instagrams, all over Twitters. I don't got TikTok, so I don't know what's going on over there. But yeah, he done made a dance famous already. 3 weeks into the season, that dance was everywhere, and now it's worldwide. I see random people just doing the dance now, and they saying they addicted to it. So this guy, he has the swagger, he has the it factor. You can't just explain it; you could just see it. He got the drip, he got the sauce, he got everything it takes to be a superstar player, bro. So, and then with his talent by itself, bro, the way these wide receiver free agents, these tight end free agents, these offensive linemen, even defensive players, gonna be like, man, I see what CJ Stroud doing down there in H-Town. He leading that team, a team that struggled the last few years. He winning games down there. He breaking records down there. Man, I like to be involved in that. That might change. That might be the difference with not even having a conversation with a guy like Mike Evans in free agency to having Mike Evans be like, you know what? I might come back home now that they got CJ Stroud at quarterback. I see what CJ doing. So I think he has that, and plus he has a connection with Ohio State. Ohio State got a lot of great players in the league right now. Whether that's
Mm,
Chris Olave, whether that's Garrett Wilson, whether that's Chase Young's, whether that's whether that's well, I can't think right now. It's always when you get to naming dudes off, you can't think. But yeah, they have a lot of great players. Oh, what's the corner from Cleveland? Denzel Ward.
Yeah.
They got a lot of great players in the league right now. So at the end of the day, when let's say some of those guys become available, he can sway those players like, hey, I need another weapon. And the Texans already took his word. They when it came to Tank Dill in the draft process, they was like, hey, CJ, we going into the draft, we in the third round. We like these couple of receivers right here. What's your opinion on these receivers and who do you think we should possibly take in the draft? And he mentioned Tank Dill and they went out there and got Tank Dill. So seeing him being able to relate to guys, and he said he made a connection with Tank Dill just at the draft combine. So seeing him making connections like that throughout the league, and making those different friendships and networking and things of that sort, that's only going to help further the franchise, further the opportunities, and further what type of weapons the team can bring to him to help assist him. Because right now we ain't got no weapons. I know people want to say Nico Collins is a number one receiver. He has yet to prove that. He hasn't been consistent. He has not been consistent at all. Like I said, he have a good game. He have a good game. He have a bad game. He have a bad game. He might have a good game. Then he might have 3 or 4 more bad games, bro. So we've yet to see that consistency from any of his weapons just yet, other than Tank Dell. So I think he does have that ability to attract more talent down to H-Town and get him some help because he gonna need it.
I think so too, man. Because I think you're gonna have that guy who's like, man, I could be that factor. I could be that. I'm that piece, and they see that he's wanting to win. It's not about just being flashy, not about being Hollywood. It's he want to come out here and have success. And so other like-minded people are gonna gravitate towards that. I absolutely agree.
I gotta slam this real fast.
All right, what you got?
Nicky Casario, come on, dog. God damn, Nick Casario. I got a problem. I got a real problem
What
right
you
now.
got?
And this is something I talked about in the Discord earlier.
Yeah.
When we got, and I've been asking for this all 3 weeks. When we seeing guys in the secondary go down, go down, go down, I'm like, bro, why we not bringing anybody in for a workout?
Yeah.
Finally, we brought in Jason Verrett last week. We didn't sign him.
Yeah.
You seen what happened yesterday. Same thing for receivers. Now we got receivers going out. I'm looking at Monday. I'm like, bro, I'm waiting for the news. I'm waiting for Aaron Wilson, Bruce Cabina. I'm waiting to see these guys say, oh, the Texans brought in somebody for a workout today. Nobody, bro. We gotta go. Jerry Judy from the Broncos. They ain't utilizing him, bro. Throw a fifth, sixth rounder for him. We give out fifth and sixth rounders for anything else, bro. Go see if Devontae Adams available. Go see if T Higgins available. Go see if Justin Jefferson is available. A lot of things we've seen with these young quarterbacks lately in the league, when they get into their second year, these franchises is going and trading for a number one receiving target for those guys. We could talk about Josh Allen. We could talk about Joey Burrow. We could talk about Trevor Lawrence. We can go. The list goes on and on. Everybody is getting they receiver some talent. And we need to go and be aggressive, especially when you see a team like this that has the ability to make the playoffs. And with AR-15, Anthony Richardson going down with the Colts, this is a very winnable division right now.
So he's supposed to be out with 3 or 4 weeks, something like that.
They said 4 weeks. They said 3 to 4 weeks, but could be a little bit longer. You never know.
And then you gotta understand that was his throwing shoulder, so he come back, he might not, which it
Be
might
the
not be the
same.
same. Could be tender.
And you know how them shoulder injuries is. Look what happened to Cam Newton.
Yeah, and then things will linger. So I got a shoulder injury. I ain't played football in damn near 20 years. Shit.
For real, for real.
You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, you get in the gym, you get to a certain weight, you start feeling, God damn, so you got to chill. So I definitely understand. Shoulder injuries are lingering problems, though.
That bench press hit different.
Man, you know what? It's always about a certain weight you get to, you just start like, damn, okay. But yeah, so then that's very interesting because you did, like I say, the division, we were all tied up going into it, not anymore. But yeah, some things have moved, some things have shaken, and see if Minshew is capable of doing what he's supposed to do. Real quick, let me jot that down to Purple Drink. I saw that about the because I do need to update the emojis. We still got I think we still got a Watt and a fucking booty bandit emoji on there. I think I need to clean. I got to fix that up. I'm gonna do that today. We're gonna get rid of that shit today. Let me put it in my notes. The Purple Drake say we need to get the dancing CJ on here. I got you. When we get the alerts back, I'm gonna put Dance CJ, like he used to be the what was it, Dancing JJ or something on here. Shout out to Richard Lozano. Say CJ still gonna win Offensive Rookie of the Year, D'Amico Coach of the Year. One minor setback for major comebacks already. From the second ward already. Absolutely, go Texans. Shout out to Rich. Appreciate the super sauce, super chat love. Shout out to Rich Lozano. Man, I agree. I'm not like as far as that, because I know the two names I'm hearing a lot of people, of course, is Stroud. But I know coming from the team we just played, a lot of people are looking at old buddy, the running back. And so I think Stroud, if he continues to play like he plays, quarterbacks are going to get quarterbacks get favoritism in the league. Period. You know what I'm saying? Because of what they have to do, and it's understood. But again, we'll see how that all plays out. None of that really
Look at
matters.
JJ.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. My bad.
No, I'm just saying it doesn't really matter until unless we get these wins. But I would like to see him get the recognition for his talent and what he's doing. But I think team success is the primary goal here. But what were you saying?
Look at the season JJ Watt had, and he still didn't win MVP and went to Aaron Rodgers. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, the quarterback get the favor.
Yeah.
So I'm still confident that CJ can win Offensive Rookie of the Year or whatever they call it. But yeah, he's third in the league in passing, top 10 in touchdowns. That's crazy.
Yeah.
5 weeks into the season, we almost halfway through the season already.
Yeah, that's crazy. You said he played good, but not great. Yeah, I agree. I think he played good. I don't think this was his best game, but I don't think it was the Texans' best game as a whole. Like there was a lot I felt was left on the field. I'm gonna get into that. So looking at yesterday's game, first, just kind of overall feeling about it. Now that you look back at it and had, a day to think about it, a day to look at, everything that was went wrong. How do you feel about it overall? Was it a critical loss? Was it a learning lesson for the Texans? Like, how do you gauge this loss right now in the season? What do you look at it as?
To me, it hurt like I was on the team. To me, it hurt. I felt like I was on the team this morning. I'm like, damn, we took an L.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's a lot to learn from that L. But I want to break it down a little bit though, because if you look at the game plan that was ran offensively from the game, it looked like we reverted to what we did in week 1 and week 2 against the Colts and what we get against the Ravens. A lot of play action, a lot of running. What's up with these toss plays to the right side of the offensive line? We was getting negative yardage on those. A lot of just dinking and diming, no shots down the field. We got to be able to trust this guy. We got to be able to throw the ball down the field. We got to go back in shotgun. What we did against the Jacksonville, what we did against the Pittsburgh, that's what we got to do. That's the game plan we got to do. If we're going to run play action, we got to be able to sell the play action. So, I mean, the offense, to me, I know, like I said early in the stream, a lot of people want to blame the defense for this game. But the offense did not help the defense at all, with the defense causing 2 turnovers. We didn't score off of any of those turnovers. Also, it's just we kept going 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. They dominated time of possession. What we said yesterday before the game, we can't allow them to dominate time of possession. We got to tackle. We got to wrap up guys. We can't tackle with our shoulders, especially with a team like Atlanta. And we got to execute on offense, bro. And that didn't happen yesterday. The defense played phenomenal. They gave up a lot of yardage to Desmond Ridder, and I got to eat my crow on Desmond Ridder. Desmond Ridder looked like a superstars player yesterday. Kyle Pitts looked like a superstars player. Drake London out here snagging on niggas and shit. I'm like, oh my gosh, bro. It was like, why did I say this stuff in this stream, bro?
Did you see the camera footage of that pass? Like Atlanta, have you seen the cameras that they got in Atlanta? Like that crazy like that aerial shit, and they showed that pass that Drake his helmet came off. That shit was wild. Like, that's a throw ass camera. I hate that it was on us. You know what I'm saying? But it's a throw ass camera. My bad. Sorry for cutting you off there.
No. I agree with you. And it's like, bro, it was just pitiful. It's like, God damn, bro. The defense was gassed at the end of the game. And you play defense on the defense side of the ball. When the offense ain't moving the ball and the offense ain't scoring, and you out there for possession, and a team like Atlanta's just running it down your throat, bro, the defense gonna be gassed, bro. And it wasn't a bad loss. They needed to be humble. Because you know why they needed to be humble?
Yeah.
I see guys like Lemmy Tunsil, and shout out to Tunsil. He had a phenomenal game yesterday.
Yeah.
Shout out to Titus. He had a phenomenal game yesterday. But those two guys was talking a lot of smack before this game. And that bitch ass nigga Jimmy Ward. Let me tell you about this nigga Jimmy Ward. And Jimmy Ward, you ain't no bitch, but you know what you did this week was a bitch ass nigga move. I'm just gotta say it. Like, you can't go out here talking smack before the game on live camera, talking about, yeah, I seen the Atlantas last year. I didn't play in the game, but I seen how they was able to run the ball on us with the 49ers and stuff. They don't got no real throwing threats. They ain't got no real weapons on the offensive side of the ball.
No.
Nigga, I seen your ass getting cooked yesterday. Bruh. They showed Desmond Ritter. It was his first time he had a 300-yard game. It was the first time Kyle Pitts looked like he was a top 5 pick in the draft. It was just like, bruh, come on, bruh. That was the thing. We all even talk smack. I even blame me. I'm a stupid retarded nigga of the week, goddamn it. I'm thinking the defense gonna be able to contain. We got one of the best secondary in the league. I'm like, yeah, it don't matter who we put in this secondary. D'Amico able to hold it down, bruh, with the pieces. But like I said, Nick Casario, you gotta sign some motherfuckers, bro. You gotta bring some depth in on this team. D'Amico can't coach up a game plan when we ain't got depth on this team. We missing Christian Harris. We missing Shaq Griffin. When we found out Shaq Griffin was inactive before the game yesterday, we knew that was gonna be a problem. We knew that was gonna be a problem because he had been playing well, filling in for Stingley, and Kadar Holloman got cooked. Jimmy Ward got cooked. Guys wasn't making making tackles. Like I said, shoulder tackling. And Malik Collins fucking sucks.
Oh.
Malik Collins is a fucking bum. That nigga is the bum and the scum of my bottom shoe, nigga. That nigga is trash. How you the third highest play on the team and you got your first tackle for the loss this week, bruh? That was pitiful, bruh. He ain't getting up. And Sheldon Rankins, where was you, nigga? Where was you?
Oh, wow.
Bruh, the interior D line wasn't doing nothing. Jonathan Grenard missing. And I love Jonathan Grenard. He was missing yesterday. Willie Anderson, where the sacks, big dog? We need the sacks, Willie Anderson. I know you was setting the edge. I know you was getting the tackle for the loss. The best people on the defense yesterday, Willie Anderson Jr., because he was setting the edge. He was getting tackled for a loss. He didn't get home yesterday. He going to eventually get there. I'm still giving him a little bit of time. Blake Cashman. Every time Blake Cashman, crazy white boy on the field, he making plays. He knocking dudes out. Khalil Davis filled in way better for Malik Collins, and he filled in way better for Sheldon Rankins yesterday. Also, we got to look at Jalen Petrie. Jalen Petrie always going to do his thing. And then Steven Nelson. Steven Nelson had a phenomenal game. Even though he gave up that one big catch, he still was fighting to the end. He had the duties of holding a number one receiver, and he locked down his side of the field majority of the game. So we had some bright pieces on the defensive side of the ball. On the offensive side of the ball, what really hurt us was when Tank Dell went out with that concussion, and the offense went to shit. Nico Collins, where the fuck you was at, Shaman Tissues? Like, where was you at, Nikos? You can't create separation. AJ Terrell went out the game. We still can't move the ball down the field. What's his nigga name? Dalton Schultz. I know a lot of people gonna be like, why you slander Dalton Schultz? Why you slander Dalton Schultz? Yeah, he had a few catches for the first time in 5 fucking weeks, but god damn it, this sorry fucking bastard. Go back and watch the film and see how look at his effort on blocks. Just look at his effort on blocks, bro. And when we trying to run plays, and we run our formation, we run a lot of tight ends in our run game packages, and we got first of all, don't let me even get started on that. We got Mechie on every run. Every time Mechie's on the field, 90% of the time it's gonna be a run play. That's predictable as shit. But Dalton Schultz, bro, you don't give no effort, bro. You killing the run game right now. We can't run the ball outside the tackles. We can't run no toss plays. We can't get creative. It's all because of Dalton Schultz. Free my boy Tegan Quintariano. Free Tegan Quintariano right now. Put him as a starting tight end because I'm tired of seeing Dalton Schultz. We need Tank Dell to be healthy this week against the Saints, dog. And CJ Stroud, he had a few missed throws, but it was good for him because what I noticed what Atlanta was playing yesterday is they wasn't rushing. They wasn't doing a lot of blitzes yesterday. They was rushing 4 or 3 dudes at a time. They had a lot of guys in zone. They had a lot of guys in coverage deep down the field. So that's giving him new and different looks. And he still was able to throw for 250 yards with no turnovers, especially with a guy like a ball hawk like Jesse Bates playing on that Atlanta defense. So it was some positives. And Damian Pierce, even though he had an okay game, but like we was talking in the chat earlier, we're not too sure if Damian Pierce fits this scheme. He a dog.
Yeah,
He a
yeah,
steamboat pack.
yeah.
We love Damian Pierce, but does he fit this scheme? Does he fit this zone run scheme? I'm not too sure about that right now. Maybe we need to wait for the full offensive line to get back. That verdict is still out there. So I'm not trying to judge him on that.
I don't know
And
about
then
Pierce though. The Pierce had one play where he had that right side wide. It's like he's a magnet for contact. Like
yeah,
he looking more for contact than for yards sometimes. It's like, man, you'll be having lanes. Sometimes you'll be having space. It's like he just runs straight towards man. But it is what it is. But my bad, go ahead.
and then we give Devin Singletary I think one carry yesterday. One carry or 0 carries. I can't remember what it
Yeah, I
was.
think yeah.
That's just bad game planning on the offensive side of the ball yesterday. I think D'Amico, what he did without having his second corner and without having Christian Harris was a good game plan. Shit, we held Atlanta to 7 points majority of the game. So, like I said, when your defense getting gashed, they on the field a lot, and then guys getting mad. Oh, the defense lost the game for us yesterday. Yeah, I think D'Amico could have called a better game plan when it came to the last minute and 40 seconds. Stop playing that prevent shit. Stop playing quarters. Play man coverage. Stick to the same normal game plan. We see that from a lot of coaches around the league. They start getting conservative. We playing like we trying to allow. We was playing like they needed a touchdown to win the game. When in essence they just needed 2 points. I mean a point to win. I mean 2 points to win the game, bruh. So at the end of the day, bruh, it was it was a lot of opportunities to learn from this game and we can rebound, but it's still those same problems we got. The interior D line, fucking bums. Linebackers got to tackle better. Stop tackling with your shoulders. Linebackers getting killed in coverage. That's gonna get better when Christian Harris get back. Jimmy Ward, step the fuck up and stop talking in the media and talking shit. Stop talking all that shit and show the shit on the field. Yeah, Jimmy Ward, I would replace your ass if it was me today. You would have been fired. You would have been cuts. I'm sorry. Like all that talking you've been doing, bruh, I haven't seen anything. I seen one play, but I seen a pass interference too last week. So I mean, Jimmy Wood. That's all I gotta say. And then hopefully we get this offensive line back this week. I don't want to rush Juice Scruggs back. I know a lot of people want Juice Scruggs to come back this week, but we got the bye week next week. If he need that extra week to recover, to get his body adjusted, to get back in football shape, give him that week. I don't know if Josh Jones is going to be able to come back. If Josh Jones is able to come back, that's going to be a key ad. You can put him at left guard. And please put Titus Howard back at right tackle because George Fent was getting killed yesterday, and Bud Dupree looked like prime Bud Dupree yesterday, and he was tearing us up with deflecting passes and making tackles for a loss on the run game yesterday. That's all I got to vent about.
Well, there's definitely plenty to vent about, plenty to speak on. Real quick, shout out to Big B, man. Appreciate the super sauce, super chat love. Say appreciate the consistent content. Had to re-up my membership. Absolutely, man. I told y'all, we back. We look, the sauce is back like when we did leave. We back like we never left. Like I say, it's a whole lot to talk about. We got things a little bit in order, so we definitely gonna drip on the daily. Say I don't know if it's the old line. Shout out to Richard Lozano. Appreciate the super sauce, super chat love. Say I don't know if it's the old line. The Pierce haven't been the same this year. At least the O line ain't giving up sacks like that anymore. Yeah, I kind of agree with Wiseman. I think it's the scheme because Pierce is an animal. But like his mentality, the way he runs, angry. Like I love that. So that's the type of running backs I like. But again, like I said, I think it's more of a scheme thing, right? And so that's just kind of the situation. I don't think that's the line. I want to feel like overall is better. It's a huge difference to see 0 sacks, on that stat line and versus, multiple. And again, you got to think about how much that's attributed to CJ as well, in his play. So, I think it's a few factors in that. Man, so you kind of mentioned it earlier, right? That was a big thing that came back. When we were talking about injuries last week was just Laramie and Titus, and for all intents and purposes, they had a good game. I mean, they didn't give up anything. That's good. So I mean, you kind of spoke on it, but was there something more you could have wanted to see from Titus and Howard, or do you feel like they played as good of a game as they possibly could have?
They didn't need to play on the same side of the field yesterday. They didn't need to. That right side of the offensive line was getting killed. That right. If maybe if we would have seen Titus at tackle yesterday, we could have seen a better verdict in the run game yesterday. Well, like I said, what George Fan was giving up yesterday in the run, and I've been giving. At first, I was slandering George Fan in training camp preseason because I don't like what I was seeing. But he played solid the first few weeks of the season. But this game yesterday was putrid, bro, and it was like, damn. But I understand why they had to do it. Our options at left guard wasn't high, especially when you was missing Kendrick Green, when you was missing Josh Jones, you're missing Kenyon Green. You missing Juice Scruggs. I mean, you really didn't have an option. It was either put Fan at guard or put Titus Howard at yeah, and you're not gonna do that.
No, no.
Or put Titus Howard at guard. Oh.
No, I'm looking at stuff somebody said in the chat. Caught my
Yeah,
eye.
so at the end of the day, I just think that we need to put Titus back on the right side at tackle. We need to put Tunsil back at left tackle, and I apologize for my slanders. Y'all not sunflower seed boy. Well, you know what? Y'all still sunflower seed boys. I need to see 3 or 4 more weeks of y'all staying healthy. Y'all can stay healthy in 4 more weeks of 0 sacks. Y'all the greatest left tackle and right tackle duo in Houston Texans history. So shout out to Tunsil. Shout out to Titus. Y'all some real ones. You know, we slanders everybody around here, but it's all love at the end of the day, big dogs.
Yeah, just motivation. RJ Vicious. Absolutely not. You say, should we trade Tunsil for a first round pick? You just got your star quarterback. What are you gonna go trade Tunsil for? We're gonna get another left tackle? That's not as good.
Remember when we did that with Deshaun? And we had to pay 2 first-round picks to get Tunsil? And remember how Deshaun was getting killed, giving up 50 and 60 sacks, and he was taking the beating? Do you want your young, light-skinned Kings, CJ Stroud, to be out here with broken ribs and HUD because we traded a first-round pick for a tackle? And you know the Texans will trade a tackle and then not draft one. So do you really trust Nicky Casario to go in the draft and draft a left tackle, a guy that's the caliber of Larry Tunsil, who the best tackle in the league? Nah, bro. I wouldn't take that chance. You got your left tackle set in stone. You got one of the best, second best in the league behind Trent Williams from Mo City. Shout out to Trent Williams because he a H-Town legend. But at the end of the day, bro, you don't trade your left tackle, especially when you got the best in the game. And you got one of the best quarterbacks in the game. Those 2 positions, that's the hardest thing to find in a franchise. And you already got them on your roster. Keep them. Just keep them. Be patient. We talking the slanders right now, and we talking this and we talking that, but eventually we know the long-term goal and what's gonna happen with this team. Trust me, we get it.
I feel you. I feel you. Richard saying that you feel Tunsil just about his money, and I can see that. But to keep that money, you're gonna have to keep playing well. So if you bought your money, you're gonna have to keep playing at that level, and the fact that you're gonna be playing in front of a premier quarterback in the league, if he continues to play that the way that he is moving forward, it's only gonna make you that much more valuable. You know what I mean? It's gonna be different if you was gonna be blocking for fucking bills for the rest of your career versus CJ Stroud, especially see when you want that safe. So now your value goes up. You know what I mean? So he's going to, if he wants to continue to get the bag, continue to be one of the highest paid, he's going to continue to play well. Like, regardless if it's just about the bag or it's about the team or not, sometimes you got to hire mercenaries. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you want the job done right, you got to hire a mercenary. They may not have no allegiance to this, that, or the third, but they're going to get the job done. You know what I mean? And so I don't know his intentions. I don't know his, whatever. As long as he protects CJ Stroud, I don't really give a shit. You know what I mean? As long as he ain't giving up no play, hey, it is what it is. But yeah, I was supposed to say something else beside that. I lost my damn train of thought. Think about that. But yeah, definitely wouldn't trade Tunsil for no for nothing. Like I said, why you actually what you just said about having your quarterback, having your left tackle, like we are in a really good position. Right. And so kind of to expose my thoughts on the game. I was hurt, right? Upset by it. But when I take a step back and I look at the whole thing, oh, and Big B, yeah, your super chat came through earlier, Big B. So I appreciate the love. But if you take a step back and you look at it in totality, you know what I'm saying, and then compare it to where we were a year or two ago, it looks like the direction can only trend upward, right? Because you have the foundations in place. Like the one of the most key things is your quarterback, right? Something that we just came and went for. I won't even say came and went. We've been teased as Texans fans with quarterback hype, right? But now I think we got something official, right? I think the because it's consistency that you see from game to game, not extreme highs and then real low valleys, and then you're seeing consistency from CJ Stroud. So that's why I think that we got us a quarterback, right? If nothing else, you got the man to protect that quarterback. Like why I said that's going to be the next hardest thing, find a quality left tackle. You have running back situation may be something to look at moving forward. Talking about how Pearson is playing. The receiving situation, it's not terrible. It could be much better, yeah, but it's not terrible. But you have a quarterback who makes his receivers better, right? Because Nico having a career year, even though it may not be here or there to other folks, but he's having the best year that you've seen from him. You've seen guys excel. So you can go get not necessarily top tier quality receiver, but you go get you some good talent, and they're going to play better because they're going to be paired with a guy like Stroud. So you can win with that. On the defensive side of the ball, you got solid pieces. You got what should develop into a premier pass rusher. You know what I'm saying? You got a fucking quarterback on that. You with not Stingley, Petrie. You know what I'm saying? You got like one of the best safeties in the game. Like, and if Stingley can come back, and I've been whatever. I'm not hating. I'm not near here nor there on Stingley. Y'all know my thoughts on that whole situation, but it is what it is. But if he can come back and be the guy that he's expected to be, having a premier corner, like I say, you got Nelson playing well. Pay me, Nick.
Pay Steven Nelson.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like you got things going on. Like we're gonna start that trend for paying Steven Nelson. We're gonna start instead of pay me Rick. We're gonna start hashtag pay me Nick. You know what I'm saying?
We need to take the video and put it on Twitter too. Pay Steven Nelson. Pay Steven Nelson. How many times we gonna say it? Nick Casario, you cheap bastard. Pay him, bro. God damn, like how hard is it, bro? You extend the bum like Malik Collins, and look what kind of performance he put. Cut Malik Collins, bro. Cut him right now. I tried to watch that yesterday. I'm like, bro, is the defensive tackles in the interior D line gonna make an impact? The only guy that did it was a guy we elevated from practice squad that all the fans love in training camp, and that was Khalil Davis. Shout out to Khalil Davis.
You feel
a guy that's not making $10 million like that bum Malik Collins. He need to take his ass back to Dallas.
Oh, he's like he gonna go Dante Robinson. I'm saying, yeah, he gonna go Dante Robinson on us. He gonna put them on the kicks, but pay me Nick. I said we gonna get Steven Nelson paid. Sauce gonna get him paid, man. We're gonna get behind the movie. Pay me Nick. But yeah, like I said, but you have like pieces in the past that we wish we had. You know what I mean? We have, and I mean in premier positions, in skill positions, like as far as corners, as far as safety. The quarterback. Like we have a very good foundation. And so even though looking at that situation, I feel like those are just things that a young quarterback is going to have to go through, right? These are the only things that are going to build his character, build his leadership ability. Is it painful? Yeah. Should we have won? Yeah. Should we have had a few more touchdowns and field goals? Absolutely. But I'm just looking in the grand scheme of things. I don't think a lot of people had the Texans doing very much this year. Definitely not being in a conversation where they are even relevant to the national conversation right now, which is the biggest takeaway from that, right? So you just I don't know. I'm not tripping, and I'm not saying this is like a throwaway season. Like I don't give a damn. Every season you need to be fighting for something, but it's just. I think this is the first time in a long time you felt real like hope because you had other people. Okay, we got this guy, but now we got some big gaping holes on this side of the ball. We got this issue. You got a guy a rookie contract who's only gonna get better, so you ain't really tripping on the money right now. Like you can go get those pieces, you almost feel like the Texans can win very soon. It's not like it's going to be a 3 or 4 year down the road type situation. You feel like they can almost win now or very soon, and that's how I'm looking at it. Go through these little learning experience, go through these little L's. It's not going to happen again. So that's
And
how
what we're
I'm.
gonna look at, and what we're gonna look at this week is just like you said earlier. You asked me how is CJ gonna rebound from throwing an interception? How he gonna rebound from taking a loss like this? That's what we want to see. We want to see. And the Saints is a tough team. They just beat the Patriots 34-0. So I mean, you got a tough task ahead of you. We know what the Saints can do. We know they got one of the best defense in the league. They got Honey Badger out there at safety. How you gonna bounce back from not putting the ball in the end zone throughout 3 quarters, CJ? How you gonna bounce back? If you bounce back, throw 4 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, 350 yards, no turnovers again. Hey, go ahead and get this guy in the MVP conversation, and we win the game against the Saints. Yeah, I want to see how he gonna bounce back from that. Because, like I said, the way I seen that man enter the game, and he wasn't only taking pictures with Quavo. He took pictures with Bijan, and I don't know who the other dude he took a picture with from the Falcons. He took a picture with them, and he looked hella pissed still too.
Yeah.
He was not smiling, bro. He had that like, bro, I'm
Like it.
gonna kill somebody
Yeah.
type of face.
Yeah. I love it. I love it though. That's what I want to see. That's what you want to see from your quarterback. You want the killer instinct. Like that's the shit that separates the Jordans from the LeBrons. You know what I'm saying? Like when it's on, like, does it matter more to you? The W's and the L's, do they matter more to you than anything else? Right? There's a lot of people game over, they snap back to reality. Oh, it's just a game, Let me go take pictures with my homeboys. Like, nah, it's not a game. This is life. This means, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this matters. This is my career record. This is my life record. Like, this shit matters. You know what I'm saying? So I love that shit. And I'm hoping that, because of a lot of things that, has been said, even with the input early in the draft, with the Tank Dell situation and all that, I'm curious as to how much input CJ is having on the game plan. You know what I mean? And so, with that being a thing, like, is he going to say, hey, we need to be a little bit more aggressive? We need to, I need to put the ball in the end zone. Like, I don't like what happened last night. Like, is he, what are we going to see? What is he feeling? That's what I'm curious to know. Like, and from what he's saying, I feel like he does. But, what are your thoughts on that, Mr. Wise?
Yeah, that was one thing Bobby Slowick said in the interview with Mark Vandermeer and John Harris last week. He was saying that him and CJ go over the game plans, and CJ goes and discuss things. Hey, I didn't like how we did this, or I don't like how we ran this specific play. I think we should run it this way. I think we should have this type of personnel on the field when we run in this play. I think we should check out it. And we seen it a little bit last week how he was checking out of plays, and that's something he did even in the pre-draft process when we was evaluating quarterbacks. That was one of his things. A lot of you had scouts out here slandering CJ. Oh, he's arrogant. He's going to the head coach at Ohio State, Ryan Day, and telling him, oh, he don't like this type of play. He don't like this type of scheme. He don't like this type of formation that you running. No, you need your quarterback to come out there, relay what he don't like, and make adjustments on top of that, so the guy can succeed. That's something that the Houston Tech and we liked. And we know we don't like booty bandits, Deshaun Watson, but that was one thing that I feel like the Texans is finally learning is when Deshaun asked for those things and when Deshaun wanted players and wanted help and wanted to be a part of the process of choosing the head coach and the general manager and all that stuff, the Texans denied him. They didn't give him the opportunity to do that. I feel like they learned from that and they're going to allow this kid to be able to lead and tell the team, okay, we need to go in this direction. We need to have these type of pieces. And it's gonna, in the long run, it's gonna help the team finally get to that piece where we win a Super Bowl for this organization for the first time. So Aaron Rodgers have that type of influence with the Green Bay Packers. And he had it when he went to the Jets and how all the free agents he was able to bring over there. Same thing with Tom Brady. Tom Brady had that influence. He would sit down with Bill Belichick during the draft and be like, yo, these are the guys that I'm looking at. These guys look nice. We need to fit this guy in right here. Peyton Manning had that same type of influence. So when you're great and you're great at what you do, you should have that type of influence. So I think that he's critical, and he's a guy that's highly critical of himself. So I think he's going in there, he's watching the film, like I said, when I've been watching these interviews. This is what the coaches are saying. I can't see because I ain't seen it with my own eyes, but this is what the coaches are saying CJ is doing. That he's going in there, he's looking at his mistakes, he's coming back, he's saying, "Oh, he's taking accountability and saying I messed up on that play. I shouldn't have made that mistake anymore." But also, I think we should run these different type of formation. I think we should have this type of play set, and I think we should be more aggressive. And hopefully, he telling Bobby Sloy, let's run a little bit more up tempo and run a little bit more shotgun because that's when CJ Stroud likes to operate.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good thing to hear. Then so. And again, that's what you want. You want not only the talent on the field, but you want to know that a guy is cerebral. The guy's not afraid to go and voice his opinion to his coach. Because you got a lot of guys, like you said, somebody who was Rome said, you want a lot of yes men. Sometimes, you got a lot. These coaches aren't perfect, right? And that's what we forget. Just because you're a head coach, you're still a man. And I'm not criticizing any because you have a ton of responsibility because you are responsible for everything under you within that organization. So on a head coach lies a shit ton of responsibility. So, it's not that they're always going to have 100% thinking. That you delegate a lot of responsibilities to other people. But I can respect a man who's coming to say, "Hey, look, this is not working for me," because you want to put a round peg in the round hole. But what a lot of coaches will try to do, this is my game plan. All right, you have the attributes to fit this, but most of it, but I'm gonna try to force the rest of it on you. And that's where the disconnect happens. That's where that skill doesn't translate into an offense or whatever it may be. And so you don't get the best out of a guy. Now you've wasted, a few early years of his career, and now there's a narrative about him or whatever it may be. These are careers that's on the line. So you guys saying, hey, as a rookie, come and say, this is what I like, this is what I don't like, and you're willing to put him in that position, like you say, to make him comfortable so that he can play this way. As an organization, they definitely have. As an organization, you're seeing a lot of different shit from the team. That's why I truly do believe there has been a cultural shift, not just the shit to appease the fans, but I feel like the organization has bought into a new identity. You know what I mean? So top to bottom, and I'm until further notice, I'm fucking with it, right? I'm not even going to trip out because I'm liking everything that's going on. I can't hate on nothing that's happening other than, Cal and Hannah and the ski shit. But, players fuck up, Cal. Don't do that shit no more. But yeah, so again, I'm loving that he does have, some say so. There was something else, and I lost my own train of thought about the whole thing. There was something else we mentioned and I forgot. But towards the end of the game, too, also we were talking about the defense and the way they were playing. It's more like we were playing to not lose than to playing to win. You know what I mean? And when you have that mentality, you're gonna lose every time. You know what I'm saying? When you're playing to not lose, you're going to lose. You know what I mean? So you got to be playing aggressive. You have to you have to be the aggressor in that situation. Something else. I forgot. I lost my train of thought on something that I was supposed to mention. We talked about Titus and Thompson. We've definitely talked about CJ. We'll get more into the Saints, coming up this week. We usually do like a good and a bad after the stream on the pre-games. So what was your good takeaway and what was your bad takeaway from this game?
Oof, the bad takeaway. Malik Collins, Dalton Schultz. The problems we've seen before. These is the tackling, bro. This is something we've been struggling with for like 5 years, 6 years now. Can we wrap up? Can we get back to the fundamentals? Stop trying to tackle with your shoulder. And I love Petrie. Petrie, one of my favorite players on the team, bro. But you can't tackle. You are hard hitters. You're a phenomenal player. You can't tackle with your shoulder, bro. We don't want to see what happened with Justin Reed. Justin Reed started tackling with his shoulder a lot. He started having them shoulder injuries, and it was lingering and lingering and lingering. And he missed a lot of time, and that wound up ultimately hurting the team. I know Jalen Petrie is a tough kid out of Stafford, but I want to see him protect himself a little bit more and wrap up. And not only him, the linebackers, the D-line, everybody got to tackle better on the defense. Also bad, like I said, Malik Collins. I'm just going to keep saying Malik Collins. He just fucking stinks. Sheldon Rankins, you stink. Y'all can't get no interior pressure. That's killing us on the defensive side of the ball. Y'all. And a lot of people like to blame Willie Anderson and they don't like to blame Grenard. But if that interior D line ain't collapse in the pocket, They ain't helping.
Yeah,
They ain't helping.
yeah,
We can't run stunts. We can't get exotic with the game plan. We can't run blitzes. The linebackers can't hit the gaps. It all starts up front in the trenches, baby. It starts up in the trenches, baby. So for me, and Dalton Schultz, you're blocking his ass cheeks, bro. You fucking stink at run blocking. We could have got Mike Gesicki for all of that. We might as well put Brevin Jordan out there. Well, like I said, start my boy Tegan Quintariano at tight end. He has to show some effort when it comes to blocking. The good was CJ. He did have a few bad throws yesterday. He did have a few bad throws yesterday. I thought he could have been a little bit more aggressive yesterday. But like I said, the way Atlanta played that scheme yesterday, playing a lot of zone coverage, a lot of deep uh, dime package, nickel packages, and things of that sort yesterday, kind of confused him a little bit. But he still was able to protect the ball and not have any turnovers on the offensive side of the ball. Also, a good thing yesterday. Damn, I just lost my. Oh, Tank Dell. I love. That's another thing we gotta start. Free Mechie. How
Free
you
Mitch.
not use Mechie, bruh? How do you not use Mechie? He come in the first play of the game, first down catch. He come in again. He have another catch. We are not using John Mechie. We spent the second round pick on him. I know he coming off of cancer, bruh. But Mechie, bruh, give Mechie an opportunity to ball out. We gotta see him take. This kid is a baller, bruh. Free John Mechie. I don't know how much I'm gonna say it. Another good was the defense. To me, the defense was good. They was able to maintain throughout the entire game until they got gassed in the fourth quarter. So containing, holding the score down, giving the offense the opportunity to put points on the board, and giving the offense the opportunity to win the game. I thought the I thought D'Amico called a good defensive game plan with him missing his starting and his backup corner and his starting linebacking in Christian Harris yesterday. So it's a little good things that was there. It was a little bit of bad, but at the end of the day, we're gonna look forward to next week to the New Orleans Saints, and we're gonna have to win that game. And we're gonna have to look forward to later on in the season against the Panthers in the following week and the following week. This team still has the opportunity to make the playoffs. So at the end of the day, yeah, I'm a little upset today because we should have won that game, but it's a learning opportunity. You gotta have some failures to be able to learn, and it's about how you correct yourself off of those failures and how you're able to respond to those failures. And the last bad thing, the last slanders, and I'm gonna keep doing the slanders. Nicky Casario, you was my boy, dog. You was my boy, Nicky Casario. You don't do no trades. You don't do no big free agency signings. You don't do nothing, dog. You ain't do. He the last dude from New England right now, and everybody know I give Nick Casario all the props. I try to defend Nick Casario when everybody was coming for his head, bro. But you gotta do something to help this team, bro. You gotta give D'Amico that talent. And I'm not saying go out here and trade a first round pick for a receiver midway through the season. But if it's guys available for fifth, sixth round picks that you can take a chance on, high upside guys like a Jerry Judy or somebody like that. Chase Claypool just went to the Miami Dolphins to a 7th round pick. The rich got richer. You think we even gave him an opportunity? You think we even took a chance knowing that we ain't got no fucking weapons for CJ Stroud? No. Fuck Nick Casario. Nick Casario, until you can start being more aggressive, until you can start helping our team and helping D'Amico add more talent on this team and stop elevating dudes from the practice squad, you get into slanders. But we love you, Nicky Casario, but we hate you at the same time. Fuck nigga.
It's a love-hate relationship in this motherfucker. Man, my good and the bad.
You on mute. You on mute.
Oh, my bad. Oh, no. Oh, I'm proud of myself. Hold on. Do-do-do-do-do.
You still on mute. There you go.
Okay, you hear me? Oh, how about now? Wait. I don't know which one I'm on.
You right here. I got you. You good.
Okay, all right. So the thing about it, like I said, is just yeah, man. I got one good and bad because you covered a lot of things. So it's just my good and my bad is actually the same thing, honestly. And that was Tank Dell, right? That catch was a great fucking catch that he made, and the same shit that took him out the damn game. You know what I'm saying? But I'm loving what I'm seeing from Tank Dell because again, y'all know, one bragging rights because he's already outshined Kiki Kuti in my opinion. So that proves that U of H produces better talent in the NFL than Texas Tech. But we ain't gonna get into all that right now. But again, like I said, also not having him, I think was a critical piece. So I'm not gonna discount not having Tank Dell because I don't know how heavily he was to be implemented. I mean, he was definitely a key target, but you know I think that you take that weapon out of the game, you take that weapon away from CJ Stroud, that definitely cripples some of your game plan. So, uh, again, not liking what I saw, but overall, not extremely disappointed, but not making any excuses because all these guys get paid. All these men are professionals. So, hey, it's the next man up mentality. You got to show up and pull up. Well, this is what we about to do because it's about that time. Uh, First off, appreciate all the super sauce, super chat love. Shout out to everybody who re-upped on the membership. Make sure y'all get y'all a membership, or if you don't want a membership, join the Patreon because you become part of the Discord. And the Discord is like 24/7 sauce. It's always going down somewhere in the sauce, right? You definitely want to be a part of that. I know a couple of you saying you were having some issues. If you are a Patreon and the link that I sent you was not working, email me at saucesports@gmail because I'll be checking messages all over the place just in case, it's easier for me to get a notification from that. But yeah, definitely want to be a part of that. Shout out to everybody who came to watch the game. Yeah, it ain't nothing like watching a game with everybody in the motherfucking Discord. I'm telling you, it'll get you through the worst of times. I remember some bad Texans games in the Discord, and that shit just if it wouldn't have been for
Chiefs
me.
game.
No, Chiefs game. I was silent the whole Chiefs game. I didn't even say nothing. I wasn't excited. Like when we got the lead, I wasn't. The Chiefs game. Thank you, Ray Ray. Right? It was because of Ray Ray in that Broncos game. It was after the Broncos. I was never the same after that. It was just like I had no faith. Ray Ray was the only when everybody we finna beat the shit out the Broncos. Fuck the Broncos. We gonna put a mud hole in the Broncos. You know what I'm saying? All that shit. And then Ray Ray's like, nope. Still Bill O'Brien too. That's it, man. Come on, Ray Ray. You're being overly negative, Ray Ray.
You suck too, motherfucker.
I forgot all about that bullshit. But at least he accepted it. But yeah, after fucking man, Ray Ray said that shit, and then after that game, dog, like that might have been where part of my soul as a Texans fan died a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like the Chief game hurt. But like I said, in the whole Discord in the Chief, I didn't even react. Like even when we were up, when it came out, I never reacted none of it because it was just like, I don't know. I just something wasn't right. And then Ray Ray, ever since then, I said I was a prophet of the Ray Ray because man, he said it, and I was like, man, Ray Ray right. So shit, it is what it is. But Mr. Wyman, you got anything you want to say before we get up out of here, man?
Yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank y'all for showing us love. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. Y'all need to hit them donation buttons. Y'all need to hit the donation. Y'all want more sauce? Y'all want more consistent sauce? Y'all want more production? Y'all want some more exotic things from us? Hit that donation button. It's going back into the channel. We're trying to do great things around here. And shout out to the Houston Texans. Even though I slander y'all, I love y'all, dog. Everybody on the team, except that fuck nigga Malik Collins. That nigga fucking sucks. That nigga gotta go. Him and Noah Brown, send them niggas back to Dallas. And Dalton Shaw. All the three niggas we got from the Cowboys, ship them niggas back to Dallas. I hate all three of them niggas. But everybody else on the team, I love y'all. Steven Nelson, pay my man Steven Nelson. We're gonna keep saying free Mechie. Fuck Nicky Casario until he can start showing me otherwise. And CJ Stroud is the GOATs. Tank Dell is the GOATs. Willie Anderson, he gonna be fine. He gonna be a GOAT. And I just want to say, H-Town, we love y'all. Shout out to the Astros. Shout out to the Rockets' first preseason game.
That's what I wanted to talk about real quick. Which loss was more painful?
For me, the Texans.
The Texans loss versus the Astros loss?
Yeah, the Astros is a great team on the road, so they should be able to bounce back. They got that playoff experience. Not too worried. It's still early in the season. The Texans lost. It hurt me yesterday because I thought we had a little bit of momentum. Like I said, we should have had tempered expectations when those power rankings was coming out, but we got a little excited towards the end of the week, so it was like
he was
I got
feeling
my
it.
assignment
Yeah,
up and
yeah,
everything, and then just to get it let back down, and they like, "Yo, Joe, humble yourself, humble yourself."
yeah.
So to me, it was the Texans game, but the Astros are gonna bounce back. I'm not afraid of that at all.
I ain't gonna lie. Boy, I ain't gonna lie about the game, bro. Man, just like just the Correa. The whole career. Every time that motherfucker died, that shit hurt. That shit out, man. Just don't let that nigga score. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? That's all we got. Like that shit there was yeah, that shit was frustrating. But anyway, all right, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to all the fresh ingredients, man. Hey, look, without y'all, man, there is no sauce. But yeah, absolutely. Y'all want more sauce? Y'all want more drip? Don't trip. It's easy way. Like I said, join the Discord. Hit that patreon.com/sauce sports. Link is in the description. You want to support the channel? There's multiple ways. Many links in the description. You can hit the up here in the corner. You can hit that, I think, somewhere right there. You get the Cash App up there. Shout out to everybody who has been supporting the channel. Like I said, we want to get back on track. We got a lot of things in the works, right? But a lot of things take time, take effort, and we appreciate y'all, for fucking with it. So, with that being said, I feel like I'm missing something. Make sure y'all go check if y'all didn't catch not the last stream, but stream before last stream. Make sure y'all go watch the video. If you could add one Texan to this roster, who would it be? Go watch that video and make sure you drop your opinion. Who would you add to this current roster? They cannot be in the Ring of Honor. I kept saying the Ring of Fame last time. Cannot be anybody in the ring. That means Bob McNair too. You can't put him on this roster. You can't put nobody from the Ring of Honor on the roster. But if it was one player from any previous Texans team that you want to put on the Texans roster, make sure you go watch that video, comment on that video. Yeah, make sure y'all comment. You know what I'm saying? We might do something. We might start picking the best comment of the week. We might start doing something special for that. Anyway, with that being said, I appreciate each and every one of y'all for slapping this Discord. If y'all in that thing, you know what I'm saying? Shit, beat us there, don't meet us there. Done. We out. Adios. Game on. Shit. You gone. Shit. Just finna hit the button. We done.